initial meeting, an invitation went out to the Minister of Finance and the Minister of General Affairs, the Prime Minister, to be present in Parliament for the meeting. On the 19th of September, Parliament received a letter from the staff of Minister Geerlings, and the letter basically, the email said, Minister Geerlings will be attending the meeting on the Prime Minister's behalf with supporting staff from the NRBB, Mr. Abel Knotterus, and Mr. Claret Connor. So there was absolutely no reason for one to believe that the minister would not show up today. On the 21st of September, on the 25th of September rather, another communication came in on behalf of the minister. This time it said that at this time both the Prime Minister and the Minister of Tiat are off island, and the Minister of Finance says that he needs the presence of these ministers in order to be able to basically attend the meeting and have a complete story. This does not jive as far as I'm concerned, because on the 19th, the minister's staff indicated that the minister would be in Parliament to address, to answer, and for the follow-up of the meeting. And all of a sudden now, on the 25th, the minister can no longer attend. This morning, after we had the initial postponement, our idea to postpone the meeting, when I took note of the letter that was addressed on the 19th, I immediately instructed the griffier to ensure that the minister is here. Yet this afternoon, again, the minister sent another letter stating that he would not be able to attend and is proposing for the meeting to be moved to Monday at 3 o'clock, to which my response was negative.
Calling for the election, calling for an election according to our Constitution, needs to take place by national decree. So in other words, a national resolution by the government of St. Martin. This in Dutch is abbreviated as LB. So the LB for the elections in November of this year has been made and signed by the Prime Minister and the Governor of St. Martin. But when in this LB, in this national decree signed by the Governor and the Prime Minister, that matter is again raised, then I think it behooves the government and any other relevant authority to take note. What is that I'm referring to? The national decree establishing that there will be elections is National Decree of the year 2019, number 0642, and it is dated the 23rd of September 2019. As is required, you have to motivate your decision as a government, as a prime minister, to come to such a decision about elections. So in this resolution that I just quoted you, that is motivated. So several points of motivation are mentioned. But the point that I'm specifically referring to and asking all relevant authorities and concerned persons to take note of is the following. And it can be found on page 2 of the resolution dissolving Parliament and calling for an election. And it states that particular consideration that, quote, I'm quoting and translating from the Dutch resolution, that undesirable influence from outside of the Parliament and the Council of Ministers is destabilizing the governance process. And because of that, the required constitutional principle of the trias politica, that means the separation executive, legislative, and judicial, cannot be guaranteed. This is a resolution signed by the governor and the prime minister of this country. I'm going to repeat it. It is stated, undesirable influence from outside the Parliament and the Council of Ministers is destabilizing the government process, and therefore the required constitutional principle of the trias politica cannot be guaranteed. End of that consideration.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
You deserve it, my hallelujah. My hallelujah belongs to you. Sing it, everyone, sing it. Let me hear you from the bottom of our hearts. My hallelujah belongs to you. Oh, my hallelujah, belongs to you. Oh, my hallelujah belongs to you. You deserve it, you deserve it, you deserve it, you deserve it, you deserve.
De afgelopen 2 dagen heb ik een bezoek gebracht aan Sint Maarten. Ik heb gekeken hoe het vordert met de wederopbouw. Ik ben bij mensen thuis geweest wiens daken gerepareerd zijn. Ik ben bij shelters geweest die opgeknapt zijn om mensen te huisvesten in geval van een orkaan. En ik ben bij scholen geweest die opgeknapt moeten worden, die nog steeds te maken hebben met de schade als gevolg van die orkaan. Het is heel mooi om te zien dat er vooruitgang wordt geboekt. Er is veel gebeurd, maar er moet nog veel meer gebeuren.
Yeah, yes, yes. Yeah. Are you satisfied with the work?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, very much.
Yeah.
You know, first I did not have a roof. Now I think.
Het bezoek vond plaats onder bijzondere omstandigheden. Het kabinet is gevallen op het moment dat ik hier was. En ik maak me zorgen over de politieke situatie en de schade die het werpt op de vooruitgang en de voortgang van de werkzaamheden rondom de wederopbouw. Ik was uitgenodigd door het parlement om met hen te spreken over de wederopbouw. Maar deze uitnodiging is ter 11e uur door het parlement ingetrokken, hetgeen ik zeer betreur. Ik heb tevens gesproken met een aantal young professionals. Mensen die betrokken zijn bij maatschappelijke organisaties, werken bij de overheid of bij bedrijven. De generatie die de toekomst van Sint Maarten vorm zal moeten geven en die buitengewoon gemotiveerd is om dat ook te doen. En die ook soms kritisch is over de manier waarop de huidige politiek van Sint Maarten daarmee omgaat. En ik heb hen aangemoedigd om actief te blijven, om zich te blijven inzetten voor de toekomst van Sint Maarten. Want uiteindelijk gaat het erom dat de mensen op dit eiland gaan merken dat er vooruitgang is.
That relationship we have with Holland, we do not have a relationship based on revenge and based on the black and the white color. We have a relationship based on the law. And the law does not know any revenge. Revenge is left to God and for stupid people. So, in this case, we go forward and we try to make a case in the court where we have this law applicable for the 15,000. It's I think yesterday spoken about 13,000, but I think it's between 13 and 15,000 houses who were not repaired and not well done. And let me tell you this. He also mentioned something about people who don't know how to behave, even if you are a landlord or a tenant. For the consumer organization, both of them are consumers, and both of them have the right to consult us. But do not forget, we have to make a decision. If you are the landlord, you are the strongest party because you own a property the tenant does not know. That means you have obligations. That means you have to fulfill those obligations. I had many court cases against insurance companies, I think I had about 22 cases. Only 4 of them went in court. I negotiated the other 18 out with the insurance companies. And then you see a difference in approach to the common people and to approach a lawyer. And sometimes in life you need a good physician, general practitioner, a dentist and a lawyer. If you have these, you can get very old. Look at me. And you should be very comfortable with this. Saying that, I agree with the point of view with the platform and the consumers organization. We have to go forward. We have to give our people where they looking for and they have a right on. It is written in the law, and the law is there for us. And government has an obligation. If they do not want, I tell you again, elections are coming. We have the most votes. Don't forget that. And if you don't give us at least a voice, if you don't give us at least a meeting to sit with government, we will use that right. That's not a threat, but it's just a nice saying and a promise that if you not want to cooperate with 40,000 people of this country, then go your own way. But then we go our way also. That is what I want to say. I have an enormous respect for Mr. Knops who visited the island, but I see the pictures and I see the common things organized and so on, but he has not seen the total view. He has not seen the 15,000. He only has seen the one we are working on. And then he's saying, we're making a little progress, but we do not make any progress. That's why the organization is here to claim that progress now. We want to go forward. We do not want to get in the gutter and back and please, it's over. We want to go forward. That's what I have to say. Looking at the case on behalf of the Consumers Foundation, in the tariffs, handed by the medical center. The medical center is using 41% more on the tariffs than they are allowed. We want to tackle that, but in a legal way. We do not want to fight with the medical center, but we want to get our right.
Make use of WIB mobile banking with easy access and direct usage of face recognition, PIN code, or fingerprint. Download WIB mobile banking app and make your transaction from anywhere at any time. For more information, visit wib-bank.net/quick-login.
Of course, the recent developments helps us to even bring the message faster, because now, of course, more people want to know what's going on, right or wrong? So it's funny, really. Before even having the fall of government, that the agenda was lack of integrity and cohesion in government. And one of the main things that we have been, if you follow the meetings, hammering the government about. All our MPs come out strong. Of course, some have their areas of specialty, and we've been getting a lot of good feedback. Based on what we saw happen with the MP Myers, members supporting the coalition, we now have a new coalition. So, we have to sort of switch our mindset from going after them for the reason of exposing, and now to really get information to be able to move forward when we get in. Because it is very, very important that this instability that continues to be talked about, that people understand that we did not create it. We did not create the current instability. This instability was evident from election time, from before election time, and most definitely even after, when they were sworn in. When they came together, we saw that this was not going to work. And so it actually made the opposition's work very easy. We didn't have a problem to find topics, good evening, to talk about, to question. And we saw how when we asked for meetings, they would never come about until the government is able to come and say, we are planning to do this and we are planning to do that. So even when the meetings are called at times, they have no answers and no plan. And that has been quite disconcerting to many of us. We visited shelters, we visited schools, we've seen the disrepair over the months, asked countless questions, and if you follow the meetings, you'll see the non-answers we get.
Let me tell you all how we are going to fix this problem to the question that you asked. Minister of Education, Art Valerian. Minister of Justice, Egbert Duran. Chairman of Parliament, William Marlin, but I'm coming back to him. Honorable Prime Minister. Member of Parliament. Member of Parliament, Anna Richardson. But let me tell you this. I had to scream at him. I had to scream at him today. But only, you know, but only me can do that. Yes. Because he said he's not running. And I told him, stop your foolishness. Stop it. I said, because what they have done to you, the people of St. Martin will reward you, and they have to pay for it. I told him, whether it's up, down, in the middle, you find yourself on that list. Because like what my colleague Artwell said, my aunt hates when I say this. So I'm not going to say Jesus, I'm not going to say it. But William was right. He was right. I am where I'm at today because of him. We don't always agree with Chris. I don't agree. I said, that's your business. And then I would think about it and call him, and I'd say, Captain, I'd say, you know, he was right. He'd be like, hey, I know you would have come with that. But I want you all to go out there. Go out and scrape them up. Because they find themselves in a quagmire. DP can't run. The party cannot run. UD is the only party that the UPP and the DP can run on. And they have a fight. They have a fight. What we need is an overwhelming majority. You don't like the shake jump. You don't like all what is happening. You've got to vote overwhelmingly. You have to do it.
Today something went down that is just not cool. First of all, the onus of this falls on the Minister of Finance, because the Prime Minister is off island. She have to give these answers, and she gave the responsibility to him to come and answer the questions. They have the answers for the questions. She informed that the answers are there. The Minister of Finance is going to represent me, however that work out. Okay, then come to the meeting. Come to the meeting. That's what I'm and I gonna call them out. Come to the meeting. You don't see the climate we in. You don't see, you know exactly how this thing does go, regardless of which side of town. Whether it was us now gone into to having a majority or being in opposition, it don't matter. It depends on who it is in the situation at the time is how these things is fly. And you know the climate we in. Come and answer the questions. But, okay, you made your decision, you ain't come. We send Minister Smith, who don't have no information about nothing that's going on. First of all, why put him in that situation? But he's a deputy prime minister. So he did what he was supposed to do and take up that responsibility, and he came. But with no answers. Answers that apparently that was there. Okay, started the meeting. adjourned the meeting, giving him the opportunity for about an hour, I believe, I can't remember the time, to go and find the answers in the ministry. Okay, the minister in there, no problem. The answers there, bring them. That's basically what they said. So bring the answers. They give it until 4 o'clock. It didn't make no sense leaving the parliament for an hour to go come back. So I just went upstairs in my office, myself, MP Bijlani, and MP Westcott Williams. We went upstairs in my office. I'm not going to stay, I would stay downstairs sometimes with them because I try to teach myself, it's not personal. It's not personal. It's business. It affects person, but you can't go and be mad at everybody. I'm not going to do that. I have relationships with people that is in opposition that I value, so the professional decisions that they do, it's on them. But personally, we don't have no beef. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit downstairs and have to deal with the teasing and by your minister this and your day, and sometimes I just honestly participate for conversation's sake, and sometimes I might forget something. And I could ask, we normal, we human, we grown. So I could take, but then there's some days too that it's heavy as a lot. So I ain't gonna want to always be there, especially if I have a break, I could go up in my office, I'm going to go. The new chair of parliament, Carl, said that the meeting is adjourned until 4 p.m. Okay, so I went upstairs. My office is not 16 seconds away from the parliament floor. Right there. So we decide we're going down for 4 o'clock. Check the live. Go back and check the live. We all know that the clock in the parliament is off by a few minutes. Okay? What they do? Call a meeting before 4 o'clock. And by the time they call a meeting up, of course, now it pops up on my phone that the meeting is recalled. And I said, oh, shit, they call a meeting. So we decided, let we run down. By the time we reached downstairs, it was 4 p.m. It was 4 p.m. and he was done off the chair. They were already walking out of the hall. And then, of course, the impression that you're going to get is, look, they're playing games. They're playing games. The meeting called for 4, where all of them is. How come only who is now in the majority is there? That's unfair.